of the Iron Man since an 80-year-old did the.
There was a 85-year-old that did it when I did it.
Oh, they probably beat you, didn't they?
No, he.
All right. Well, welcome back. We're the Cardiac Who's,
Are we
and
live?
it's been a while. And yeah, it's been a bye week for us, and there's a lot to kind of talk about. But yeah, man, we had Louisville, another long Louisville late game. We've played like two extra football game and a half by now.
I don't know if you call it an extra half because
Maybe not.
Defense has played probably eight more snaps.
Yeah, I actually that would be interesting to see like what our total.
time.
We've gained experience in a must-win environment, or a maybe not must-win, but we've gained experience in overtime, where Louisville hadn't played an overtime game in, I thought it was almost 10 years. They haven't played in overtime.
Since Brendan Armstrong beat them, didn't we beat them in overtime?
I don't think
No,
we
I
beat.
don't think
No,
was-
they haven't played it. They had not played an overtime game in a long time. And obviously for us, they're like, oh, yeah, they played last week against Florida
you would have
State.
thought that Fields had a lot more reps and had a couple overtimes on it, but man, the field conditions were just awful.
Well, it's that turf, and even in the NFL, these guys are complaining about turf. And I thought it was trash. And I'm right there with you, Jake. The field was trash. They should get rid of it, put in grass, because our guys were slipping left and right,
It's
and it
easy
cost
to
us.
maintain.
It cost us an injury. Dakota
Easy to
Twitty.
maintain.
I don't care. There's no give, and it cost us a player.
Well,
Probably cost them a couple players over time.
Yeah, well, I wish the Colonel could make some type of donation, and they
do you
could
think
buy
they got-
themselves a new field.
Do you think during the game you can go get a bucket of chicken?
I don't. I'm sure you could go somewhere and get a.
I'm talking about
bucket of
at the
chicken.
game. Do you think?
I would assume in the
KFC?
basketball arena they definitely have to have it. It's literally called the KFC Yum Center.
That's what I'm saying. Do you think at the
I don't
football
know.
games, do you think they got buckets of chicken? Could you imagine just throwing some drumsticks over it?
What, like was it Texas Tex tortillas?
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Apparently, it's a hot topic. But all right, look, enough kicking the ball around, kicking the drum leg. But anyway, Louisville, that was a nasty, ugly game. I mean, if we would have lost, we would have been kicking ourselves on that, like just feeling bad that we played so sloppy. But a couple of big things that you could pull out of the game is just finding a way to win.
Yeah.
And it was the best defensive performance we've had all year, and I would say it was probably the best defense we played all year. Or not? Oh, the best defensive opponent we've played all year.
Yeah, I
definitely
agree
the
with that.
best defensive line. And shame on me for not looking it up. And I was doing more research after we recorded prior to that game, and I was like, oh, they actually got a really good D line. And I was nervous about it all week. Like, oh, they do have a good defense. And I'm sitting here trashing people on YouTube and like, just watch, underestimate Virginia's run game. We still got some running yards. We did not get what we normally do, only 123 total running yards. So, yeah, Louisville, and the turf helped when you can't get grip out the backfield.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, Jamari Taylor really seemed to get going early.
It came
I
and-
think
it came and went
I
at
think the
times.
turf affected him. He might have been scared for
No push.
his career. He didn't want to get hurt out there, and I don't necessarily blame him. He has a bright future ahead of him, in my opinion. But struggled catching the ball. Coach had to pull him aside, and you could tell the difference, like a little bit of a delay in his timing and catching the ball and getting up the field. Like it almost seemed like a split second in the second half. Like he was making sure his feet were set before he caught the ball. He seemed real unnatural. And I mean, if really just the offense as a whole, and this was probably Chandler Morris's worst game of the year that we've seen so far.
most pressure he's seen, most time he
Yeah,
had to get
but,
moved
I
off
mean,
the X.
There's a lot of variables with that because the offensive line was really banged up and hurt. So I think they lost. Did they lose another one before that in that game, or they just had that just was what they had left over from the Florida State?
It was left over from the Florida State game. So, yeah, a pretty much a line that was cobbled together, and they held up, and now here we are going into our week after the bye week, and we got some players back. So we got some, and we lost one.
Key was though they didn't turn the ball over.
Yes, no turnovers, clean game that way. And then on the flip side, we talked about the defense. The defense forcing turnovers. Cam Robinson with a pick six. No, his forearm was not down, not even close. And then the scoop and score by Pratt.
Was there any other defensive portions of that game that really stood out to you?
I'm not gonna lie. I forgot about that game. It's been 2 weeks.
That's fair. Devin Neal.
Yes, big homecoming for Devin
and
Neal.
Maybe it was only
big pass break up in the overtime.
Did he have
One
two
of them,
pass
he had
breaks?
2 big pass breaks.
Almost had that interception. In the end.
break
Almost had that interception in the end zone too. You know what I mean? So
yeah, he played good. Good homecoming for him.
it had to been pretty fulfilling for Monroe Mills too. He did dress. It appeared he did dress for the game. Monroe Mills did, but didn't.
Heard a lot about him in the press conference today.
I tried to
did you get there? Did you get to
I
that
was
part
probably,
yet?
probably like 5 or 6 minutes left.
Yeah, he was talking about how Monroe Mills is almost like a little coach.
I wouldn't say little.
Well, like as in he is coaching those guys up, and
We got a little Mills.
yeah, we got a little Mills.
But anyway, one more thing that I want to say. I don't have much to say about the Louisville game, but there is one more thing that I want to point out that we didn't talk enough about was the punt.
71 yards.
Massive.
Man, the good punts get me excited. Though,
It does. It does. Now, is he going to be the punter since Homeboy's back?
I think he should.
I think he should, too.
I mean,
Sorry, Sparks.
he's dialing him in. He's a pretty big guy. I forgot what his vitals are. I think he's like
He big.
6'4", 6'5".
And he from Australia.
You keep asking that. Was that because he's 6'4", 6'? Chris
No,
Helmsworth out there kicking the ball.
He also kicks like a...
He doesn't do the Aussie kick, does he?
He steps to the right. He does step like one step.
I thought they tried like a year ago. They tried to do the Aussie kick with him, and it just did not work out.
We got to highlight real quick Cam Robinson, 10 total tackles plus a pick 6. 1 tackle for loss. Just incredible game by him. Just being the stud that he is. 5 second-half sacks altogether. So we didn't have any sacks. So that's where you talk about the offense stepped up. The defense stepped up. To come away with 5 sacks in the second half was huge, and then obviously the 14 points. So one of the best games that we've seen from Virginia defense.
Has anybody seen that stat line that came out? Oh man, I wish I could remember the specifics of it. It was our total. It's our total sacks this year compared to either was it last year or just all of Elliott's years? Like we're
I think it was all last year.
all last year. So
Yeah.
6 games in, we've already
Surpassed them.
way surpassed it.
Yeah.
And that was a big
Which
thing.
is surprising because we started off slow, too. I don't think we had a single sack against Coastal.
Well, I think this defensive unit's kind of growing together a little bit. And
Mitchell Melton is coming around off from the edge he's just really stepping into that role, playing really well. Kazim Moore is getting some more burn, too.
coming off that edge fast,
Yes.
like Sean got here. But
Woo.
that's okay. She's not listening. But
Fisher K-Mac as well, coming
what
off
was
the
I
edge.
say about Melton?
Oh,
Isn't he the
boy.
one with the club?
Yeah, he's getting more hands back.
So you heard in the press conference,
Yeah,
he was
he's
just talking about him
a little more and
he's getting
more.
more fingers to work with and everything like that. But yeah, I mean, definitely what I'd really like to see coming into this Washington State game.
Two sacks for 22 yards for Melton.
Okay. But what I wanted to say was I just want to see this defensive game come over with our Florida State offensive game. If those two show up, I think, man, could you imagine that if our Florida State offense showed up and
Our red zone efficiency was still there. We are 2 for 2 in the red zone, both times scoring touchdowns. So, and again, we kind of just stalled out a few times. And then also it doesn't help when we had the fumble 6 and then the pick 6. Your offense is off the field for a long time. This is the first game we lost time of possession. So it's kind of difficult there.
remember, what were your thoughts going through your head when Morris tried to run it in and got jammed up?
He's got no NFL future.
Oh, come
And
on. Golly.
he is laying it all on the line.
Good luck getting him on the show.
Well, no, it's more. You got to be a realist. You're a fifth year.
You sound like the UNC guy.
I don't think he has an NFL future. No,
He'll probably get drafted, like in the 7th round.
he might have a chance to be a backup, but like he's laying it all on the line. He's a warrior. I don't dislike the kid. I'm just calling it out. I don't think he's got to.
How many more hits can he take?
Saying the quiet part out loud. That's what.
Hey, he had 2 weeks. He was ready to go. He was going in the next play if we needed another play. But like you said,
they said he was coming back.
oh yeah, the way he was celebrating, he was good to go. Just
Yeah, all it takes is one good.
how many
pop.
footballs was he seeing when he was about to hike the ball? We don't know.
I
But-
the they've gone back and talked about it, like how we had. I think that us getting the win was really big. Like us getting the win on that particular play was much bigger than getting the first down.
It's like in
'cause
golf.
a win, but I'm saying like the momentum shift right there. Like if they would have got stuffed and just got that 1 yard and just got the new set of downs, like that's pretty deflating if you ask me. But the fact that they were able to punch it in, the offensive line did an awesome job creating that space.
It was like the Red Sea was parted. It was just ready to go.
And you just walked in, and you got to feel good, like they took care of business on that play. In my opinion,
It's for me. This is like kind of like I was about to say. In golf, you got to validate your birdie. You can't just make a birdie and then go and bogey. You didn't validate it. So we validated that Florida State win by going on the road and beating Louisville. So
which like I went back and listened to, like I'm pretty sure that Mills listed that as a absolute loss.
Mm-hmm.
I think we had it as a likely loss.
Likely loss, absolute loss, whatever.
Loss.
I mean,
We weren't feeling good about it, and then here we are.
but I mean, like every year that we were due that win. Every year we've gone in there and played them, or they've come and played us. It's been close. Like I felt like we earned that one. It was due. So the boys found a way to win. I think that's important because they're going to need that with a couple of the games they have coming up in the rest of the season. So,
Which kicks off on Saturday night. Washington State making the trip to good old Charlottesville.
all right. So, how many Washington State fans show up?
They travel well.
I don't know if they
do
traveled that well.
They travel
I don't
well.
know anything
They
about
showed
them. How
up.
do you know that?
If
I'll let
look
you know.
The
I think
Ole
you're
Miss
making
game.
it up.
The Ole Miss game. They traveled well.
It was Ole Miss.
I mean, I guess it is.
It's going to come to Virginia.
Hotty Toddy is definitely a more attractive place than Charlottesville. I would agree with that.
I mean, if you think about it, their schedule where they're traveling, they're
All right,
traveling all
so
over.
they don't
But
have a conference.
with a 5-1 team, do we get people in the stands for this game?
I think you see
45 or more.
slightly lower than Florida State because you talk about a team that traveled. Florida State had like, what would you say, Mills? 4 sections?
I would say 4, yeah. And,
4 or
and
5
the upper section
sections.
behind us.
But then you got to give fans credit then if 43 come UVA fans, because I don't think a lot of Washington State fans are going to be there. So
It should be good. We're not facing Halloween weekend yet, so we're not having competition with the parties or anything. So we should have a good student section turnout, and especially for another game. It's homecoming; they're going to want to be there. So
was Bennett at Washington State or was he at Washington? I can't remember. Just curious.
Bennett was at Washington State.
was
Huh.
he?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think he was at Washington.
Yeah, I know he came from the West Coast, and I want to say it was Washington.
I think it was
State.
Washington State for sure.
For sure.
I think so. Yeah. I put $1 on it.
No, University of Wisconsin Green Bay. Give me that money.
Could have no. He,
Oh, you're
that's
talking
where he
about-
went to school.
That's where he went to school.
I was talking about his coaching position before he came.
He went to Washington. He played coach.
I take that back. Washington State.
Oh,
Yeah.
so there's a connection. I bet he'll be at the game.
Probably.
We won't see him. I don't think we touched on it last week after the Florida State game. But if you notice, they brought out all the big dog coaches in between the quarters. They brought out Ryan Odom. They brought out baseball coach Pollard. They brought out all the big top dogs to get some fanfare and rounding applause. So they brought out the big guns. But here we go, Washington State.
Got inter squad coming
Anyway,
up.
just that was just a little tidbit with a little Washington State fact. We thought it might have been fiction, but man, we definitely going into this Washington State game. I know, like in this room, a lot more confidently. But after Saturday, kind of reevaluating our perspective, or do you got a little, or are we just playing this up like Coastal Carolina, Sean?
No, so I went and watched the Washington State Ole Miss game. Ole Miss had 2 opportunities. They were within the 5-yard line and within the 20-yard line. So they had 2 red zone trips fail against Washington State. So they really moved the ball well, and their guys were fast and were able to make some Washington State players miss. So they had no problem running the ball or moving the ball on Washington State. And then Washington State just played a better game. If you look at some of their scores earlier in the year, they were getting beat. They gave up 59 points 2 games in a row. They're turning the ball over a lot. Kind of learned this some more from Tony Elliott. and they made a quarterback change, and it's kind of settled them down. So, they did go toe-to-toe with Ole Miss. They had to change in the end. That's all you can ask for.
Lane did say in his press that he felt like the boys didn't look at this one because they do have College Game Day this week against Georgia. So he did feel like the boys were overlooking Washington State.
Well, we can't do that. That's for sure. The only saving grace is it's an out-of-conference game. You slip up here, you still have the conference championship to play for.
If that was a Syracuse coach, he would have made them run sprints. I'm surprised
Lane Kiffin ain't doing that.
Well, they ain't doing that.
Yeah.
Those guys get paid. They're not about that.
No.
But I don't know. This game, again, so like Florida State had a lot of meaning. Not as much anymore, in your opinion, anymore. But Louisville had a lot of.
Dang, we already lost our top 25 win.
Louisville, you can never take that back. I don't care.
It still goes down as a top 10 win. They don't change the record books. Tony Elliott didn't lose the record for most top 10 wins, or not the record, but he didn't join George Welsh with multiple wins over a top 10 program because Florida State's now unranked.
And you never know.
Sucks.
Florida State. Look, here's the other thing about this or that. But like Florida State could really just turn the corner. They had a tough stretch. Like
we need them to.
Pittsburgh is not a milquetoast. Like they have talent.
They're
That's
decent.
a tough team.
They're
Like that's
decent.
not a team you take lightly.
Decent.
So
They were like, would they finish third in the ACC last year?
they're always in the mix.
Yeah,
They're always upsetting people. They're well coached. The coach has been there for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
They picked us off twice into the end zone
Before we even sat down.
before I even said the worst game of my life to ever have gone to. By the way,
I think I left in the third quarter.
third down.
I'm surprised you made it to the third.
Actually, I don't think so because I had Mary.
Who would watch that? Who would want to stay, Sean, after watching that?
Yeah.
That
I'd stay.
flogging? But what I'm trying to say is, if Florida State could legit like just turn the corner and win out the rest of the season, and
That'd be helpful.
and you never know. So let's not boo-hoo about that win and what it means. And
Oh, that's right. We
definitely means a lot in my opinion. Still,
All right.
but
Pitt did fall off hard last year.
kind of lost my train of thought though. So back to Washington State. Like, we've had the past two games have been like high importance, right? So like Louisville was a.
I'll put this on a scale to 10. I'm gonna put this at a 6.5, 7.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, this game gets us into a bowl if we win.
Yeah, which is another check mark on Elliott's board.
Not on theirs. He said they're.
I thought he said he wanted to be bowl eligible. So
Yeah,
this
I
would
mean,
be-
obviously, bowl eligible is just going to come as a result of them accomplishing their goals. But really, listening to the press conference, like his perspective entirely is on focus right now, and not even getting like wrapped up in the could be's. Like, you know what I mean? He's only focused on the final score of each game.
Have you heard what he does before every practice? He goes and he flushes all
yeah.
the toilets.
No, you've already messed it up. It's at the end of the day when he goes to leave the building, he goes through and checks the toilets to see if there's any pee in it. And if there's, for every urinal that's got pee in it, he makes them run or do something for it because they're not taking care of the small things.
But you would think with like an $80 million practice facility, like
Have
They'll
automa-
flush themselves.
Yeah.
So this could be made up, or just exaggerated. But it's
Bert Kreischer's telling a story here, so it's,
exaggerated.
I mean, my man can't at $80 million facility couldn't
Looks
get
sharp.
on. It does.
Yeah, I didn't watch the video yet.
It's nice.
Yeah. But I agree with the principle, though. If you can't do the small things, how can we trust you to do the big things? So
he's definitely taking advantage of his time with the shine right now.
He definitely has kept his job.
we'll get to that.
We could talk about that.
He definitely kept his
Yeah,
job.
I mean, we'll talk about that, but a little bit more about Washington State. What do you got for us, Sean?
Yeah, so they
The
changed.
stat man.
They changed quarterbacks so they went to number 4. Can't even pronounce it. This is a terrible printer.
Get your
Ziva
printers
Eckhout.
at.
Yeah. I didn't see anything that was very impressive by them when watching the game. They hung around. I think it was more so Ole Miss didn't capitalize and make things
I don't
happen.
know. They seem pretty resilient. They play hard. So
Yeah, they got a couple of.
What conference are they in? Do they even have a conference, or are they independent?
I think they're part of the Pac-12, aren't they? The Pac-2. That's why they're playing a bunch of.
I know they're.
Is their strength of schedule stronger than ours?
I think probably.
Who would ever thought we would be talking about strength of schedule in
In
football?
Yeah, they're Pac-12. Yeah, they're first in Pac-12.
There you go.
So, let's see
They
here.
play JMU this year too. At JMU.
Yeah, they coming back.
Yeah.
That's Elliot was talking about. Their travel schedule's insane. So then you got a couple rushers to be worried about: Kirby Voorhees and Leo Palausi. Damn, I'm terrible with these pronunciations tonight.
Sounds Hawaiian.
Angel Johnson. So looks like the quarterback's a little bit of dual threat. And then they got two main receivers, Tony Freeman and Joshua Meredith. So
Did we cover the spread? 17.
after seeing Washington State last week, and again, I think it's still more Ole Miss, it might be a little more difficult than we think. That's why the spread dropped. Weren't we originally?
It's 17, but
So it's starting to drop a little bit. I think we'll.
The spread.
I
want to
say we cover.
Spread 17.5, so it's gone up.
The one thing I will say about this game is we are returning that offensive line that we had for Florida State. So we should have.
No, even before Florida State.
Who else
Because
are we getting back?
no, Brady was gone for Florida State.
Was it?
Drake
I
had to
thought he-
play center.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
So
Yeah,
we're
you're
getting
right, man.
Brady
Time's
Wilson,
just flying
or
by.
you should be getting Brady Wilson back.
And then Drake will be moving.
I
back
wouldn't even
over.
rush them back. Let this same offensive line from Florida State.
Yeah, but I mean, at the same time, Mills, like we've got to establish like rhythm and reps.
Oh, I agree, but
And that's like probably
Work
one of the
'em in.
most. That's probably like one of the most important positions that you have to establish that.
He's
Yeah.
your leader on that offensive line. He
I
is
get
the
that.
center.
And Drake needs to get back to where he was and just get back reacting.
He's cross trained now. He's
is,
got a
but I'm
tackle
just-
position and the center. So
He's been awesome,
Yeah.
awesome player for us. Like definitely glad he got healthy and stuck around all those years.
we
but
we did lose one offensive line. No one knows.
no one knows. But the thing about it, I was talking with Sean. Like I don't know if we'll really feel the impact because we haven't had him.
haven't
all
seen
year.
him since
Yeah.
week 1.
But we are getting Boley back.
Where was he?
and
where
we're giving
was
the
he from?
Wallabah. Kentucky. No,
Was he the Kentucky guy? No.
he transferred to Kentucky and then transferred to us
Okay.
Yeah, New Mexico.
mid-season, which has got to be probably maybe a red flag that he left Kentucky mid-season and came. Maybe he had some other issues going on there.
Wallabah.
Wallabah
Wallabah.
is coming back as well, and he's actually is from Kentucky, and he's pretty tall. He's a big, tall guy. But that'd be great to have him and get these guys healthy and get them back.
Mm-hmm.
So Noah Vaughn is slowly coming back. I don't know how we're gonna have a 4 running back rotation, so they don't need to rush him back and or anything like that.
Nope.
But you know who we really need to show up is I don't know, Trell Harris. It's time for him to come back.
Him and Cam Ross. I mean, Cam Ross had
more
that
for
touchdown,
Cam
but
Ross, but
Yeah, I want to see Cam Ross. He has kind of slowed down a little bit, no pun intended. But
they stopped kicking towards him.
yeah, they have. But he's been great to have out there. So like everything that he's put out on the field is just
Definitely a better slot receiver than Andre Green.
and Tyree and everything
yeah.
else. So like
I think that's who you meant to say because Andre Green has not seen the field much. He's got one catch
Well,
all
he
year.
was supposed to come in and be that guy.
But what I'm saying, like, but I'm sure he's still affecting coverage. He is a nasty threat.
I mean, he's the fastest guy on our team.
Hoping Chandler Morris has got his rhythm back. They had this time to kind of get their head straight. You know what I mean? This break.
Tony Elliott undefeated after the bye week too. So
Don't jinx
Always.
us.
there ain't no. It's been
I've
4 years.
already jinxed us with the shirt. So,
I wore my pajama pants again.
yeah, we saw Sean.
Sean's upset about
I can't
it.
edit it out.
Sean's upset about it.
We'll use AI. All right, so that's the Washington State game. What time is the game, Sean?
6:30.
You gonna be there?
Be there. It's CJ's birthday,
Yeah.
so we'll be
Give him
tailgating
a
in
sticker.
Fontaine. He's got everything he needs, man. He'll get
Sticker
one.
for school.
I got plenty of stickers. We gave out a bunch during Florida State.
Definitely
I'll take more.
passed out.
When he gets older, will he be a Duke fan or a UVA fan?
Oh, he's definitely more UVA. He wants to go to UVA to play soccer currently.
Okay.
So he's been playing goalie in his rec league.
Goalie.
Holy.
All right. So Mills, did you think we'd be 5-1 at the half?
No. No.
No.
No.
Should be 6-0.
Should be one pass away.
One pass away.
Should have ran the ball.
You could make many arguments that it wasn't necessarily just that pass that we kicked that one to the dirt.
Yeah.
Couple blown coverage.
NC State's falling
couple
off.
blown coverages.
NC State's falling off the wagon too.
Well, you never know. So the not as bad as UNC.
Yeah,
Jeez.
UNC is really falling off the wagon.
But that's the thing. Like when we get to UNC, we're really gonna have to watch out. I don't just.
That's the problem with some of these games that, like, Tech's already lost their coach and they've been playing better since. There's rumors that Bill Belichick's going to leave or looking for a buyout. He's going to try to trigger his own buyout clause, which is not $58 million. I think it's only $1 million.
I'll tell you that, like, when it comes to like losing a coach and like the momentum and like, there's definitely like a next game spark, and I think maybe that spark kind of maybe has already worn off.
Oh yeah,
I mean, but you can see that happen with the UCLA team. They fired their whole offensive coordinator, defense coordinator, head coach, and they turned the corner. And I mean,
imagine how that goes. You fired everybody who's got experience running a program,
and then you got
he's got the quarterbacks coach who has never called a play.
The Happy Gilmore caddy coaching the team. Like,
yeah,
dude, he's a hot. They said he might be a.
Talk about making your money.
I mean, he just gave Franklin $58 million.
Mm-hmm.
So
can't be mad at that.
All right, so
5-1.
5-1. So you think we have a new ceiling and a new? We've already hit the floor.
So our
right?
floor is still 5-7. We could lose out. We could.
You sound like Sean, but like the opposite. Like,
well, no, it's true.
so you're saying there's a chance.
So you're saying there's a chance. I mean.
I would not be. I mean, look at what Pitt did last year. When we were talking about Pitt, I looked up their season from last year. They started 6-0, and then they went 6-6.
I mean, so our floor is still 5-7, but the big one is let's get bowl eligible.
We can't be a Boston College story like last year. Remember they started out really hot last
yeah.
year.
Pittsburgh
did the same thing.
6-0 to 6-6, and I'm pretty sure they lost a bowl game.
Oh wow.
So what do we? I mean, all right. So 5-1 at the half, and we're at the floor. We've already met the floor.
We're at the floor. Can't get worse.
Ceiling's 11-1.
I mean, ceiling's 11-1. I mean,
it's easy to say it now, but
a slip up in the final 6 games?
Honestly,
I think go ahead, Sean.
If there is a slip up, I want it to be Saturday.
Oh, okay.
Because if you think about it, the best chance for us, I know we're getting big picture, and this is what Elliott talked a lot about today, is he doesn't want the team doing this, but we can because we don't play. Big picture, if we lose to Washington State, just like the NC State loss, it means nothing to a point. And we still keep our conference championship hopes alive, and that's our path to the playoffs.
And to add to that a little bit, Sean, is like after the way they played Ole Miss, like it doesn't quite look.
Yeah, I mean they're 3-3.
Like,
they're not complete garbage.
They just took Ole Miss to the brink. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they came in battle hard and they beat us. Like
if I had to pick one like true like nervous slip up, probably be that Wake game. Wake's. They've been challenging some teams.
Well, I think
same with Cal.
The way that I see it,
that travel is going to be tough.
The way that I see
Better leave on Wednesday.
They'll probably be there earlier than that.
You think so?
Yeah.
The way that I see it is that if the sooner the slip up, the better too. So like, but as the pressure,
you kind of like want to.
Let me ask you this:
you want to stumble so you can repeat.
What's the slip up? Is the last game?
Don't do. It's always there, and I'm always
just saying.
said.
All right, I'm just saying. We go in and we're 10-1. We're CPF poll ranking in the top 10. They got us because we have one loss. That's gonna be Tech's Super Bowl because they're gonna.
Well, that's the only thing they got to play for.
Yeah, but they don't care. They don't care. Then they will.
They still have our attendance that they can complain about and track and see how many unsold
tickets. They might prorate their
new
head coach. And new head coach might be coaching that game.
There's no chance.
But I'm just joking. But I have a good friend who's a UVA fan, and he says, "Look, I hate that you guys are so nervous about each."
But we are.
Each game. He's like, just enjoy it.
I'm enjoying. No, I'm enjoying. I'm not nervous. I'm enjoying because
We just can't go
we've
in there.
met.
He's enjoying the games in comfort.
Damn right I am. Gonna enjoy it too. Drinking beer, 6:30. Kids are gonna be asleep. Mary's got to put them down by herself. I ain't helping.
Oh, you're talking about the Washington State game?
Yeah, like what Mary knows.
I think the Washington State game we can watch with like less jitters.
Yeah.
Well, now the back half, you do have a little less jitters, and hopefully we don't have any more overtime games because that took a lot of life out of me. But I mean, that again,
overtime games.
I like it.
we keep
Just
giving
keep
you
doing it.
reasons.
Just keep
we
doing
keep
it.
giving you reasons why we called ourselves the Cardiac Who's. Yes, we could have gone Cardiac Cavs, but
There's already somebody who already got that.
I've seen that too. But Cardiac Who's, I like the Who's part of it.
Are they a Cavaliers podcast?
Yep.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Were we first
No, they were ahead of us on Twitter.
on Twitter? But now they got a podcast. Should bring
The
them on.
the other guy that's really cool,
Cardiacs.
the new guy that has a new podcast, his is pretty good. The 434 defense guy. He
Good name.
Yeah, he's actually he lives in Charlottesville. He played at the Citadel as an offensive lineman. So
Better than the Wine Cheese Club, but
and he's getting some of the players on. I guess he knows them pretty well from playing ball.
yeah. So the trajectory of the season and honestly the future of Cavaliers football, a lot is hanging in the balance with the rest this back half of the season.
Yeah, there's a lot to be played for. I mean, again, we've gotten through our biggest test on paper, Louisville and Florida State at the time. But now we're looking at if we finish strong and we win out like we are capable of doing, 11-1 is obviously up for grabs. And if you go 11-1, I was listening to Crane and Company today, and they said an 11-1 Virginia team, even in a loss, potentially you got 3 ACC teams that are jockeying for a playoff spot, and there might be a chance where we get all 3 ACC teams in.
There's a chance we can go 11-1 and not play in the ACC championship game.
That is very true. It's a bit.
And I'd rather have that.
Would you rather be 11-1 and not play in the ACC championship,
Yes.
or be 11-1?
Yes.
I just want to watch as much football as I can.
But
I mean, yeah.
I don't
but if
think
you want
the committee. I don't think the committee would hold it against us if we make it to the championship and then lose to Miami, allegedly. Like if that's who we lose to, or Georgia Tech, because those are the 3 schools we're talking about who are best poised.
So, not getting ahead. There is another big game that affects us come Saturday too. It's Georgia Tech Duke. They play each other.
Yeah, so that right now there's 5 undefeated teams in the ACC.
Yeah.
Duke and Georgia Tech are 2 of them, so that's going to knock out one of them, and then
SMU, Miami, and us.
Correct. And SMU has Georgia Tech, I think.
And Miami
I
has
looked at
Louisville.
Yeah, but I'm talking about undefeated teams. So the 5 undefeated teams, 3 or 4 of them, they all kind of play each other. So like we play Duke too. So even if Duke beats Georgia Tech, we still have a chance to play Duke and beat them and knock them out of the undefeated category. So
Yeah, I mean, I know you talked about the ACC being down, but it's still pretty exciting.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah. I mean, it's not what you expect, but like I was telling Sean, I think a 3-loss SEC team gets in potentially over us over a 10-2 team if we drop one.
that would be an argument to be made, yes. But 11-1 or 11-2 because we played in the championship game, I think you take us over at SEC school.
But see, at the SEC school, it's going to have a better strength of schedule, and that's going to come into play. That is going to affect us down the road.
So let me ask you. Let's back the bus up. So suppose we don't get in, but we have a stellar season 10.
Well, 9-3. Yeah, okay.
No, say we have 10
10
11
and 2.
wins.
Okay.
So we have 11 wins and we don't get in because of your argument that 9-3. Do you think that the way that this team is built, that we wouldn't have guys sit out of a bowl game?
With the team we have, I don't think they will because there's a lot of transfers with a lot of, like, this is their last game, so you won't have that. And I think we're more, like you said, we're a transfer portal team. We're going to be hitting the portal, which playing in that offseason, now that they changed the rules, the portal doesn't open for only 2 weeks, and that's all they got. That gives Elliott more time to show his showcase to the portal.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, some of your best players are going to hold out. You know what I mean? So I mean, we've already proven that we can go.
The
out and
ones
get
that
some of the best
are like draft eligible, like I could see Terrell probably sitting out if he gets a grade of a 3rd round pick.
I don't like
know.
this conversation because this
It bothers
really
play
don't.
out,
I don't
play
think-
it,
I don't-
play it through.
You don't like it, but
We're paying you to play.
yes,
play
but
the
there is
games.
some
My
money on the
opinion,
other side.
my opinion is that I don't think we have anybody that would, just because of the way that these guys
We don't have
are
a
built.
1st round pick.
Correct.
Overall, we're first overall guy too. And I get it. I understand the logic. There's money on the other side. Get you an insurance policy. Play the last game. Now, if you're 4-8, yeah, all right. Well, obviously you're not in
6
both.
and 6.
If you're 6-6, yeah, it might be a different story. But 11-1 with a chance to make it 12 wins in the first time in program history.
I agree.
They have the opportunity. I mean, just that conversation aside, it is pretty interesting that they do have an opportunity to have a an actual historic season that
Right.
we haven't really been able to really.
I also think that every win brings back fans.
Yeah, but it also just kind of. I was thinking about it earlier, like the way that the success of the season also enhances the ability to drum up donorship, drum up fundraising, because whoever invested that money, they went out on a limb.
Correct.
And if Elliott is able to deliver with that investment return, you know what I mean?
Potentially get it again from another donor or something.
Or more people.
There might be other donors out there. They're
more
like,
people-
I'm not going to donate right now. And see what happens with this season with the big donation, and they're like, okay, I'm all in now.
Yeah,
with
I mean, he's
Elliott.
proven
Yeah.
that they're spending wisely.
And he's a portal guy. He likes the portal.
Well, they have a pretty good eye, in my opinion, for getting guys. I mean, it's a pretty eclectic group of people they brought in.
I agree.
But he goes out and he gets winners, and that's really what it boils down to. He goes out and he gets the winners, on all different types of levels. And you can see even like Jamari Taylor, like, yeah, he's North Carolina Central. We've heard this story every single game. He was a walk-on. Yeah, I get it, but he's a winner, and he's proven that he can do that. So
He's done it.
Same with Wei Lee being the leading FBS rusher.
Is he still the leading? Even
I don't know. But at that one point, he was the leading rusher. I don't think anybody's caught up. I mean, you got to think 4 years of football already.
he's going to have his chance to shine. I know before the season ends, he's going to have another game or two where he's going to.
he only got the ball like 3 times, 4 times in Louisville.
Yeah, we didn't want him getting
Yeah,
hurt
not
on
much.
that turf. So,
So do we want to give, at the halfway point, do we want to give out final season predictions based on now? We're not going game by game, but like 11-1, 10-2.
I'll go 10 and I said 9-3. That was my highlight.
That's the Optimist Mills.
you
there.
didn't say
I've
it on.
never
You
heard
didn't
that.
say it on our pod. You said it
I?
on their pod when you're all juiced up.
Juiced up. I don't know, man. That 9-3 and 10-2 just sounds right with like what we have left to play. Like
I'm gonna go. I'll give you mine. I would love to see 11-1. I would be thrilled for 11-1. But I know Virginia sports, and I know the heartbreak, and we will find a way to lose a game where we shouldn't. And so in that case, I'm going to give us one game for flexibility, and I'm gonna go 10-2.
okay.
But my heart wants to be 11-1.
I agree. Hart says 11-1. I know Ben's not going to say anything.
No,
'cause Ben-
I'm getting plugged in
Because,
and
again,
I
it
am
goes
gonna
back-
go with this team believes, so I'm gonna believe.
So you're going 11-1. I'm with Sean. I'm going 10-2. I think there is going to be, like Sean said, there's going to be one game that we leave on the field that we look back.
I was
just like
hoping
the
that
NC
was
State.
kind of the Louisville game though, where our offense left it on the field, and I hope that the lessons are learned there.
I think it is. I think also
and I don't think we face another team with that caliber of a defense either.
the only one you could think of is that Cal. Cal got decent defense,
I
and
could-
also that travel is going to suck.
I could see Duke going very similar to FSU, but we just end up on the wrong side of the ball on that one because
All right,
that's going to be a shootout.
let
game.
me throw this out here,
With
and
Menza.
we'll talk off record, but I want to throw it on the pod real quick. We're going in 9-1, going into Duke, November 15th. We gonna make a quick trip down to Durham. I say if we're 9-1, we have to go. You got a baby coming, so I'm gonna throw this out. Congrats, you're having a baby coming. But this is your one time you tell your wife, "Hey, I'm going." We have the bye, so there's not back-to-back games. Let's just make a quick trip. It's a 2-hour trip. If we're 9-1, we go.
Some people don't work 9 to 5, Monday through Friday.
Working at the
All right,
car
look at your
wash.
schedule.
I'll have to take a look.
What do you hold? What do you mean? You said, oh, you just talking about you're not a Monday through Friday guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if 9 and 1, let's
Call out
look at it.
sick.
Yeah, you can do that. You have PTO.
When was the last time? When have you ever called out sick?
Producer Madison, I know you can see me right now. My man's gonna take off on November 15th. Thank you.
And if he calls out sick, he's not sick.
Producer Madison might even join us. But no, I'm kind of with Sean. I think there is that one game, but I'm like with Ben. I say like we got to start believing at some point.
What would you think producer Madison would predict for?
I do. If you want to get into the lower bowl, he actually gave some good thoughts today. He wants some jackass.
If he wants to give you thoughts, he needs to come in.
I asked him.
We'll get a third chair.
He said, "Are we doing the lower
bowl thoughts?
Lower bowl thoughts now, Sean? Do you want me to just throw
Well,
it
we
in
didn't
there?
have a lower bowl to go to, and we were in the lower bowl for Florida State. So
And we missed him on the last one. So he said he was overly pleasantly surprised. He wants to know, are we this good? He goes, the schedule is weak.
sounds like he listens to the podcast.
And he says, is this foos gold? And his last thing was FSU win has proven not to be as good a bar of talent, in my opinion. So
The only thing I'll say about that is just like I feel like
The excitement felt great.
I feel like
The build-up for it
So,
was great.
I did see somebody.
The aftermath of it was great.
I did see
Yeah,
somebody.
you can't take away. You can't.
I did
detract
see
from
someone
it.
say, "Man, it's great that we rush." Like Ben called it. Ben said that on the Cavalier Connection that we were going to end Mike Novell's career at Florida State. I think we started the career ending because he lost 3 straight, and they've already started a GoFundMe to get rid of him.
He got Castellano'd.
Mm-hmm. Does Castellano make it through the season?
Yes, yeah.
No, he'll sit out and transfer to Oregon State or something. I don't know, but like DJU.
But Sean, let me ask you this: what are when you saw the schedule when the season started?
I told you it was weak. I've told you
But
everything was weak.
as a season ticket holder for 10 years now,
9, but yeah.
9. I mean, this is probably the best season you've seen.
Besides the Orange Bowl trip with Bronco, yeah.
But I'm talking about performance-wise.
I mean, yeah, the offense is there, the defense is there. I'm excited.
Yeah.
But it's hard because, again, I've been there. I've watched a lot of football.
Mm-hmm.
I've watched a lot of Virginia sports, and I see us do this where we get really excited and then we crap the bed. We crap all over ourselves, and then we just can't do anything. So yeah, I've been there. So I'm a little. That's why I'm hesitant to say with confidence 11-1. But on paper, and if you look at the teams we're playing, the toughest games that we were supposed to have are gone.
Let me ask you though, Sean, was last year exciting to watch?
No.
It wasn't fun.
No.
No.
Not necessarily because. Okay, so the year before that was
No.
hold on. I'm asking Sean questions. Was UVA football fun to watch last year?
No.
Was it fun to watch the year before?
I still watch it, but no.
No. Was it fun to watch the year before that?
So now you're
Now
at
you're trying to get-
2021.
You're at for year
22.
1. So no, I'll answer it for you. No, it wasn't fun to watch.
Yeah, the last 3
The
years I missed Bronco.
offense wasn't exciting. And then you put the losses on top of that. So you need to be a little bit more grateful, is what I'm telling you.
Oh, I am. I'm
that you
100%
have that
grateful. I'm enjoying it.
You know that regardless of what the end schedule is, this is fun football to
Yeah.
watch, and we're actually getting a team.
We're not
that's-
trying to come after you.
Oh no,
I'm
no, no,
just
no,
saying,
no.
I'm just saying.
I am grateful. I'm excited because Virginia is good. When you walk around and you see people wearing UVA stuff, you're like, yeah, we're having a good year. The
But
UVA flag is hanging up outside the house.
but it's also like
the tailgate
I know
flag is
y'all
going
aren't
to get planted.
I know you're not watching it, but the other sports are impacting from it. If you actually look at it, the fans are getting more. The students are getting. The women's soccer games are having more attendance. The men's are having more attendance. It's a domino effect.
Then if you went back and you listened to it was either our first podcast or our second podcast of this season, I went on this big spiel where I talked about that one of the biggest things about this season and the reason why it mattered, not just for Elliott's career or the fact that the donors and stuff like that, one of the big things that I said is it felt like we were on the precipice of really getting back to a winning culture that we had in that peak Bronco, peak Bennett. Baseball was already really consistent, but you remember that there was that kind of like brief time period, and I kind of felt like we're heading in that direction. So it felt important that in order to create a culture of winning, which we had at that time period, that football really had to pick up the slack.
Right. And to kind of like piggyback off what you're saying is with basketball literally starting in 20 days and they're already getting respect in the ACC preseason polls. And we'll get into that. I'm saying, at first we were not happy with Carla. And we can get into that in a later podcast. But, she took the risk after, hiring Odom. And then, when Coach Oat just bailed and went to Mississippi State, she got the next best guy in the ACC in Pollard. And he's turned it around and brought in a top 10 recruiting class and transfer class, and that's high off the bat. It's just UVA athletics as a whole is now you're feeling what people felt back in the 90s.
I feel like UVA as a whole is good at athletics except for football.
Yeah,
had been the
I
tape.
agree with that
because we tell everybody, just like Tech, we beat them primarily every other sport except for maybe wrestling, and their biggest thing is we'll see you in every other sport because they beat us in football.
I think Tech wins the national title in wrestling this year.
No,
so
next year.
It'll still be 37-1. They got a lot of coming back to do.
Their wrestling program's pretty good.
So,
but
speaking of,
go ahead. John.
I'll transition us to the next one. With this success and with the 5-1 potential for 11-1, Elliott has 1 year left on his deal. Do we think Carla would extend him? Do we want to extend him? Or do we need to have him have a prove it to me year? Kind of the same thing. We validated the Florida State win by beating Louisville. Does Elliott need to validate this season by playing or coaching next year on his final year of the deal and prove it again?
Do you want to go first?
Are you placing your question on how many wins? I mean, isn't that kind of going to...
Let's say we end up 10-2 this year.
Who's the loss to?
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
At 10-2, it doesn't matter if you lose to Tech.
I think
10-2.
So that's my advocate. So
you're what?
that's my advocate. Advocate.
You gotta keep that one in.
Advocate.
Caveat.
Anyway. Advocate. I was thinking avocado for a minute, man. I'm hungry
Look,
as hell.
here's the deal. All right, I think even at 8-3, or excuse me, 8-4. That you would extend them, because I think really what's going on right here.
Hold on. You said extend, or at 8-4 you would let them finish out. You're not firing them.
I'm not firing. I'm probably extending them at 8-4.
You're going to extend them after 1 year.
So no, you're not extending. You're going to start the talks.
I know you feel different. I'm just trying to take the hot take here, but just let me flesh out my point that
no, look at me.
I believe that he is creating a culture there right now, and he just was dealt a bad series of hands, and there was some things that yes he could have done better, but I think that he is fixing those problems right now, and I think that I feel that if he has that type of record, that he has kind of course corrected the ship. Funding is there, your facility is there. He's creating the type of culture that I think lines up with UVA. And that's why I think you go ahead and just continue on out. And maybe you don't extend them for 5 years. I know that there's probably like a standard, but
at least 3.
Come to something that's realistic, like 2 or 3, and to me that's more like a good faith type of thing. The money's there. And like I said, that's my line of reasoning. So go ahead and you can shoot it down, but that's devil's advocate.
Let me preface this by saying I don't not believe in Elliott. I believe in what we're doing, and it's working. But we'll get to it when we get closer to the end of the year. We are going to have to do the same thing in the transfer portal because we have 50-ish guys either in the senior year or graduate.
we're doing it.
But it's hard.
But us winning will attract more players.
Yes, but I'm saying it's hard to keep doing the same thing. It's hard to get into the portal and then recreate the success, is what I believe. Now, let's say this year or this time next year, we're at 6-1 or 5-2 at the halfway mark. Yeah, give him that extension because he's clearly backed it up. I just think keep a little pressure on him. Don't give him an extension overnight in the middle of the night and not tell anybody. And, make him coach next year with a little bit of pressure. Like, hey, I got to back up what we did last year. That's all. And it's not me not believing. I just don't want to be in a financial mistake where we need to pay him out $30 million because he sucked again next year, and then we have to fire him.
All right. I got an A, B, and C, and they'll be quick.
All right.
So A is kind of what you said. He's building this culture at UVA. Let him finish out the season. Start the talks.
Coming from the guy who wanted to fire him at 3-1.
Go ahead. Let him. He said he'd be quick.
So then, if he gets to 9-3, let the talks begin. Option B, if he goes 8-4 and a Tech loss, I'm with you. You're really on the hot seat because with this easy of a schedule, you should have beat Tech. And how bad Tech is, you should have beat Tech. And I understand it's a rivalry. Everybody gets up for it. C, and this is the one I say you have to extend him immediately. If he gets to the ACC championship or somehow we get into the CFP playoff, that's all. You have to extend the guy. As long as we can keep the staff around him. Because the staff is starting to gel. That's what I'm saying. A is like let the talk start. B is if you can't beat Tech, you're back on the hot seat. And then C, if you make the playoffs, then we got to extend you.
My biggest concern is not the what he could do. It's more so we don't want to be in a situation like Penn State where they got to spend $58 million on a buyout. You're looking at Mike Norvell with a $60 million buyout. You look at these high end coaches. And again, I'm not saying he's on that tier yet. He's still working, and we're getting better. But I just don't want to be on that hook where we're like, oh, we're scared to fire him, and now we got to wait it out 3 more years, and then he does something and catches a spark. I mean, you got to remember this guy was 11-24, 23 going into this year.
I agree. No,
so
I get what you're saying.
I'm just saying I don't want it to. It's very easy to revert to old ways and fall, crash and burn next year. So I just say a little pressure on the staff next year to perform and back it up I think would be appropriate.
That's fine.
Because if he does suck, you just let him walk
at
and
this
you hire a new
point,
coach.
let's just worry about Washington State, get a W, get bowl eligible, and just let's enjoy the ride. To be honest,
And that's right. And I think we've got to stay focused a little bit and just enjoy the ride too. Like not get caught up in the conversations and feel let down if we don't get into the college football playoff. Because realistically, if we do get 8 wins, we had a fun year.
We did have a fun
much
year.
funner than the first 3 that I was trying to make a point about. I was like, it's been a good year,
right?
But y'all want to touch on basketball at all?
No, I think we should wait one more week.
Okay.
We could talk about basketball being preseason.
I've seen
we're
so many
number
different.
5.
I've seen a lot of different
so
things.
So the coaches ACC official, we are top 5. We're number 5th.
You see it as high as 3.
3. I mean,
just with like other people's stuff.
They're saying that we're a dark horse to make a run to the Final Four.
I think we're gonna have some battles with Virginia Tech in basketball.
I think Virginia Tech could be decent.
Yeah. They're gonna be long, athletic.
While Sean pulls up some stuff, the ACC. Let's do the ACC roundup because it is a big week.
I just want to touch on something real quick. I got it up.
Right.
So, according to Google and Wikipedia, the best Virginia season of all time was a 10-2 season in 1989. So we have the chance to break that.
Right, we only have one 10-win season.
Correct, in 1989. So we have a chance to tie that record and or break it at this moment.
Correct.
So maybe we'll touch on that when we get closer, see if Elliott can make history.
Hey, Penn State's on there.
They
beat Penn State at the beginning of the season. Did they?
In Pennsylvania, 14-6. 85,000 people.
Ooh.
And I just want to put it out there.
That's 3 games for UVA.
We played Virginia Tech that year.
Was that a September game? Because I wasn't.
November.
It was November?
Yep, November, and it was a attendance of 44,000. So just saying. All right.
Well,
So
ACC Roundup Week 8 is actually kind of like one of the...
well, let's go through the ACC standings.
All right, so standings, you get right now, Virginia and Georgia Tech are tied at, and Duke are all tied at 3-0 in this conference. SMU's next at 2-0, and then Miami is 1-0. Miami has no more buys. They went game by game by.
Isn't Georgia Tech already 6-0?
Yes.
That, you know what's crazy to me? Just a quick thought is just the. Imagine if we just made bowls like that, and it's just kind of like nonchalant. Like, we're gonna be excited about making a bowl. I doubt they were even.
Yeah.
They even
Next week
care.
we're going to talk about we're bowl eligible. We'll bring our bowling balls to the pod. So the big games are. They were talking about it on the ACC network. Is so Friday night you got a good slate. You got Louisville playing Miami in Miami.
Oof, that's a tough one.
Yeah, you got Carolina and California on Friday night. Then you got Washington State UVA. Then you have the next big one, Georgia Tech Duke. That's a noon kickoff. And then UConn Boston College, SMU versus Clemson, Pitt versus Syracuse, Florida State goes out to Stanford. So,
Is Virginia Tech on their bye?
yeah.
Do we root for particular teams to win or fall?
So, really, if you really want to be in the ACC championship, we want Duke to beat Georgia Tech, and then we have to beat Duke.
That's assuming Miami cakewalks the rest of the ACC.
But if Miami loses to Louisville,
There's a good chance that Miami loses
to Louisville.
You also want to see SMU lose too at some point in
Yeah.
time.
Well, Miami and SMU plays each other. So
Plays each other.
Miami and SMU play, Duke and Virginia play, Duke and Georgia Tech plays. So basically, teams will start eliminating themselves.
Didn't we? There's another big game that's not in the ACC this weekend.
Tennessee, Alabama,
Georgia, Ole Miss,
ODU.
JMU.
Yeah, it's homecoming for JMU. It was
ODU's coming to crash that party.
Well, ODU is angry after getting boat raced by Marshall. They got smacked by Marshall.
Y'all, I thought Louisiana was going to get y'all. But.
Our quarterback's bad. And then
And your boy Kirk Cignetti
they're also saying
went to Oregon and beat Oregon.
they're saying that his buyout's like in the 50s too, so they're saying that he might be a top candidate for Penn State. I don't know why you would leave, but
And currently only one top 5 or one Virginia player, one state of Virginia player that was committed to Penn State has decommitted.
2. We got one today.
No, he was the first one.
The DB and then the
Wide
offensive
receiver.
lineman.
Or there's a lineman?
Yeah, there's a lineman also decommitted.
And the running back.
And the running back.
I just saw Davion Brown, the 4-star wide receiver, decommitted.
They had the DB today too.
He has 25 plus
Roanoke.
offers, so
From Roanoke.
I am really curious. Like, if we make the playoffs, I know we're going a little long here. You can cut this out if you want, but like, how big of a boost would you get if you make the playoffs in recruiting?
You get a lot more money.
and you get a lot more practice time for all the guys who are.
But also,
coming
like,
up.
when I was saying, like, with the whole, like, Franklin going to Virginia Tech, he recruits the DMV so hard and so well. Like, if he goes to Tech, you know, some of those guys are like, yeah, I went to Penn State because I want to play in the Big Ten, but I've already committed to Franklin. He left. I decommitted. If he's at Tech, well, I'm already a Virginia kid. I'll follow Franklin.
Where does Hagens fall in all this?
That's a good question. I don't know. Marcus Hagens and Dex.
Yeah.
Come on.
Come on back.
Come be a consultant.
So who you gonna get rid of Coach Rudd?
No, I said come be a consultant. That's all. But that would be a nice thing to do, just a home. But anyway. But look, we appreciate you guys.
Whoa. We missed our one thing.
What?
Score predictions. Ben doesn't do it. Sean, what's your score prediction?
41-20.
Ooh, 21 points.
Yeah, I think we get back up there.
Yeah.
I'm going to say 34. I'll get 34-20.
We'll get through 2 picks.
Oh.
We're throwing?
Yes.
We're throwing 2 picks, or are we
Yes.
taking
Is that
2?
Danny Kalen throwing the picks at the end of the game? Or
Hopefully that'd be awesome. Well, I don't know.
Oh, you're saying we throw 2 picks?
I think Morris throws 2 picks.
Okay. I mean, hey, you know what? I'm okay as long as we win.
he had
the
a
game.
week, he had 2 weeks to prepare that head.
Anybody want to talk about AC?
Still
I mean,
undefeated.
the kid wins. They talked about it on Craning Company. I mean, he wins. Like
It's hard not to like the guy. He just didn't fit with us.
that last drive.
It's a lesser
he-
conference.
It is, but he can make the playoffs.
Maybe.
He got a lot. He got hopefully Memphis and South Florida lose, but
But I mean, he put up some monster numbers, which he did. He did once or twice.
He's
with
being
us.
utilized correctly.
Good coach. He's a good.
Yeah,
coach.
Dan Mullen. Also on the list for Penn State.
he will not take AC to Penn State.
No. And then he got Matt Rule as well. Big
Is it-
name.
That's a big. He played at Penn
And
State.
he did not turn it down. He did not say.
He answered it correctly though.
He did, but he didn't say, I have no interest in going to Penn State at this time. I love Nebraska. He said, I love Penn State. That was literally how he opened.
He almost
I
got-
hate what
he almost
happened
got
to Franklin.
teary-eyed. He almost got teary-eyed.
He goes, I hate what happened to Franklin, but I'll take that job.
Is their quarterback? I know he's out for the year. Is he?
Raiola?
No, Allers.
Oh, Drew Aller?
They
Yeah,
were
he's out for
they
a
were-
year.
They were talking about how much
He was
money
trash
missed
anyway.
out. He was going to be a first-round draft pick last year.
Was. You're saying last
Man,
year, yes.
talk about a spiral. I mean, he blew it at the end of last year.
And he came back like redemption year, he called it.
And he's hurt again. Out for the year.
Just man, him and Cassiano's on the
What do you think that
same
what-
flight path.
What do you think that call is like on Sunday after you lose to Northwestern? Hey,
You did,
Coach Franklin, can you meet me in my office?
No, it was on Saturday night. They said it was done on Saturday night.
After that press conference, had to go find the boosters.
Well,
He needed a Chad Powers.
Have y'all been watching it?
I'm up to date.
I have not watched
I'll give you
it.
an interesting tidbit in a minute.
Have you watched it?
Yeah, would you? All right, you know the girl
What
in
is,
it?
what is it on?
The female coach? Who-
Yeah, you know who her husband is?
No.
Mark Sanchez.
Somebody going to jail.
Ooh.
Going to
That's
jail.
why she looks so sad in the show all the time.
Being married to
soon.
him.
What's that?
I said being married to him, I would be too.
The ex came out and dropped a bomb. Not surprising.
Oh yeah,
What
yeah.
happened?
His ex-wife or ex-girlfriend.
That's what she said. She said not surprising.
Yeah, she said not surprising
Oh,
to his arrest.
She's real smart. Anyway,
that's it. This
Thanks
got
for watching.
long-winded, but
yeah. Thanks for sticking with us through the bye.
go Who's.
Go Hoos.